stop. Imagine a man clutching his chest in the middle of the breakfast. His face twists in pain. His breath comes short. Seconds later, a frantic call to 911. Paramedics rush in. But this wasn't a heart attack. It was something quieter, something many ignore until it's too late. Gastritis, an ulcer tearing away at his insides. You might think, it's just a stomachache. But what if I told you that this silent enemy sneaks in slowly, wears you down, and can spiral into a life-threatening crisis? Yes, gastritis and ulcers aren't just about discomfort. They are ticking time bombs inside millions of bodies, especially after 55. Here's a secret few doctors shout out loud. The foods you eat can either fuel this fire or put it out like a sudden rainstorm. You've heard the warnings. Avoid spicy, skip caffeine. But real gut support? It's deeper, smarter, and yes, surprising. Imagine your stomach lining like a delicate castle wall, buffeted daily by acid waves. When that wall cracks, pain floods in. Eating the wrong things? It's like throwing gasoline on the fire. But the right foods? They're the knights, the builders, the healers, quietly repairing, protecting, defending. And here's the kicker. Ignoring gastritis isn't just about stomach pain. It's linked to exhaustion, poor sleep, mood swings, even risk of ulcers that bleed, or worse. So today, I'm taking you on a journey. We'll meet someone just like you. Someone who thought this is normal until the pain screamed otherwise. We'll dive into the surprising science of what truly soothes your gut. No fluff, no nonsense. By the end, you'll know exactly what to eat to calm that burning fire inside. Real, powerful gut support from your plate. Because your body deserves more than quick fixes. It deserves a fight you can win. Stay with me. This could change everything. Meet Linda. She's 62, a retired schoolteacher with a warm smile but tired eyes. Every morning started the same. A cup of strong black coffee, toast with jam, rushing to prepare breakfast for her grandchildren. She never thought much about her stomach, until the burning came. At first, it was a whisper, a slight discomfort after meals. Probably just stress, she told herself. But days turned to weeks. The ache grew sharper, stabbing sometimes like tiny knives. She tried to ignore it, thinking, I'm fine, just a little indigestion. One evening, after a family dinner, Linda woke up in the middle of the night, clutching her belly. The pain was relentless. She sat on the edge of the bed, cold sweat soaking her pajamas. I just want this to stop, she whispered. Her doctor's words hit like a thunderclap. You have gastritis and small ulcers. If we don't act now, this can lead to serious complications. Suddenly, it wasn't just a stomachache. It was a battle for her health, her peace of mind. Linda felt lost. What had caused this? She hadn't changed her diet drastically. She wasn't a heavy drinker or smoker. Then she remembered. The coffee, the skipped breakfasts, the late-night snacks, the stress of caring for her family. Each choice had quietly chipped away at her stomach's defenses. But here's what made Linda's story different. She refused to let gastritis define her. She asked questions. She learned. She discovered that healing wasn't about starvation or bland diets. It was about smart food choices, habits that soothed, rebuilt, and protected her gut. Within weeks, Linda swapped her morning coffee for a gentle herbal tea. She added soft cooked oats with banana and honey, a tiny breakfast ritual that calmed the fire inside. She embraced foods that fought inflammation and repaired her stomach lining. The pain didn't vanish overnight. Healing never does. But Linda started sleeping better. The burning faded. Her energy returned. And most importantly, she felt hopeful again. Linda's journey is your journey. Maybe your stomach aches are just a whisper now. Maybe they've been shouting for a while. But like Linda, you have the power to change the story. Because gastritis and ulcers don't have to win. Not today. Not ever. Ready to learn what really helps? Let's dive deeper. Picture your stomach as a bustling factory, working 24/7 to break down your food, extract nutrients, keep everything running smoothly. Its secret weapon, a thick protective lining that guards it from the harsh acid inside, like a fortress wall shielding a kingdom from invaders. Now, imagine that wall starting to crack. What happens? Acid sneaks through, irritating the sensitive inner layers. That's gastritis, inflammation. And when the damage digs deeper, it turns into ulcers, painful sores that bleed, bulge, burn, and refuse to heal. Why does this happen? Several culprits are at play. One main villain is an invisible enemy called Helicobacter pylori, a sneaky bacteria that burrows under your stomach's defenses. It's like termites eating away at the wooden beams of that fortress, weakening the entire structure. But that's not all. Think of stress as a relentless storm pounding on the walls, weakening the repair crews. Chronic stress floods your body with hormones that ramp up acid production and reduce blood flow to your stomach lining, slowing healing. And then there's the food, the fuel for both destruction and repair. Some foods are like acid rain, corroding the fragile defenses. Others are rainstorms that wash away the protective mucus. Even common culprits like caffeine and alcohol, they punch holes in your defenses, making the damage worse. Here's a surprise. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs like ibuprofen, often used to relieve pain, are double agents. They calm one pain, but weaken your stomach lining, opening the gates for acid attacks. But healing? It's real. Picture foods rich in antioxidants, fiber, and soothing compounds as skilled masons and gardeners, patching cracks, nurturing new growth, and sealing the fortress against further harm. Think about honey, for example, nature's antibacterial balm, or licorice root, a natural shield that boosts mucus production. Probiotics? They're the friendly soldiers restoring balance, fighting off the bad bacteria. Your stomach's health is a delicate dance. Acid is necessary, but balance is everything. Too much acid, too little protection, and the system collapses. Understanding this battle inside you is the first step. Because when you know the enemy, you can choose your allies wisely, starting with what you put on your plate. Ready to meet those allies? Let's uncover the foods that can heal your gut, one bite at a time. Let me tell you about Sarah. She loved her morning ritual, a strong cup of coffee, black and bitter, before anything else. It gave her a jolt, a promise to kickstart the day. But one morning the burn hit her like a punch. Her stomach twisted in protest. "I can't keep doing this," she thought. So she made a choice. She swapped that harsh coffee for warm water with a squeeze of fresh lemon, not acidic as you might fear, but calming, cleansing. That simple change was a game changer. Her stomach stopped flaring up like a wildfire. Lesson 1. Start your day with gentle hydration, not acid bombs. Your gut deserves a soft welcome, not a shock. Then there's Mike, a retired mechanic who loved his spicy chili and greasy burgers. Every bite felt like a dare to his stomach, and his stomach always won. One day, after a particularly painful flare, Mike sat down and rethought his plate. He discovered cooked vegetables, carrots, zucchini, sweet potatoes, soft, soothing, full of healing fiber. Fiber isn't just roughage, it's your stomach's best friend. It feeds good bacteria, bulks up your lining, and helps acid behave. Mike began adding these colorful veggies daily. The pain? It faded like a bad memory. Lesson 2. Swap fiery challenges for soft allies. Vegetables that heal, not hurt. Last is Anna. She was convinced that skipping meals was harmless, even healthy. But hunger pangs hit like a storm. Her acid ramped up, eating away at her lining when no food came to buffer it. Anna learned to eat small, frequent meals, gentle portions that kept her acid in check and her body nourished. That's the final key. Don't starve the fortress. Feed it often, feed it well, and it will stand strong. 3 stories, 3 lessons, each a step toward real healing. Because your gut isn't just about what you eat. It's about how you treat it every single day. Look, I know this journey isn't easy. Healing doesn't happen overnight. But here's the truth. Every step you take, every small change, is a victory. You're not alone in this. So many have felt the fire, the pain, the frustration, but they found their way back to comfort, to strength, to life without constant stomachache. And so can you. Picture yourself a few weeks from now, waking up without that sharp burn, sitting down to a meal that nourishes, not punishes, feeling light, energized, alive. That's not a dream, that's within reach. Your body is resilient. It wants to heal. It wants to thrive. You just have to give it the tools, the right foods, the right habits, the right care. So start today. No massive overhauls, just one kind choice. One gentle habit. One meal that says, I'm healing. And remember, this isn't about age or limits. It's about respect. Respect for the incredible machine that carries you through every moment. I believe in you. Your gut believes in you. Now, let's make that healing real. Together.